We bringing everybody to the front of the congregation today. Zion Williamson. This motherfucker can't stay out the news to save his life. And he seemed like a good kid. That's the worst part about it. He seemed like a young dude that's actually a good dude. When I seen him pop up on Gil's Arena and he had a conversation with Gilbert Arenas, shout out to Gilbert Arenas, he seems like a genuinely good dude. And when I seen his father, his stepfather, pop up on the screen that one time and he was trying to speak on the behalf of Zion, I said, I see where the issue is. I see what the issue is. In order to better illustrate exactly what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and play the clip for y'all.
From his days dunking to a different kind of court, Carolina native and NBA star Zion Williamson is getting sued by a tech company who say Williamson and his family owe them millions of dollars.
In a civil lawsuit filed this week in New Orleans, California-based tech company Anchor made the claim that Zion, his stepfather, and his mother have failed to pay back $1.8 million of a
Zion, his stepfather, and his mother. No, Yellow Bear. I hear you. You said I will pay that $2 million and keep it pushing. You not hearing me. You not hearing me, big dog. Shout out to Eric Hudson. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. You not hearing me, big dog. Zion, his stepfather, and mother. Y'all not hearing me yet. You can't outrun who you are. Part of who you are is who you surround yourself with. This is not even self-inflicted. This is something that happened as a result of the people that you surround yourself with. Listen, when I keep telling y'all that money is not going to solve the people that surround you, it's only going to exponentially multiply the issues that you're going to have to deal with. You think Zion Williamson, who makes $30 million a year, went and got a loan? Do you think that Zion Williamson, who was out here paying for these hoes out here in these streets, is making the equivalent of $30 million a year, is out here fucking around with a loan? Come on, y'all. Let's use our context clues. It's one thing to go broke once you get out of the league, but when you got money rolling in, do you think that Zion Williamson is out here fucking around with a loan? Let's continue then. Let's find out what happened.
A $2 million loan. Anchor reportedly made the loan in September of 2021 while trying to establish a marketing relationship with the Pelicans' all-star power forward and eventually make him a spokesperson for their company. So we have a lot to get to in this case, and we got to bring in the big guns for it. Queen City News Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes is here to talk more about...
Aaron, it was not before he was drafted. It happened in 2021. Zion Williamson is a part of the 2019 draft class, baby. Right over there with Ja Morant. It was Ja and Zion. They was the big dogs in the draft. 2021 is when this deal went down. Let's continue.
Really, what's at play here?
Yeah, and Khalifa, this is really against Zion's whole family.
It is.
Not just him, yeah.
It is. And so obviously you have these players that are represented by a number of different folks. And in this situation, his father, or stepfather, I should say, is being sued because he was acting as his manager. And so
the stepfather is the ones that's being sued, but Zion is the main person that they was going after. Funny how it's starting to unravel here, right? The stepfather was the one that was, quote unquote, acting in his best interest. Okay. Let's continue.
So when I had an opportunity to look at the complaint, it said that they were under the belief, Anchor, the company, was under the belief that he represented Zion's, Williams' best interest. The father did, and so they negotiated with him, and the stepfather requested $150,000 up front before he...
So they were under the belief. Now again, based off of what's being communicated right here, this don't have shit to do with Zion. When I keep telling y'all that the company that you keep will be a part of your downfall, that they're going to cost you everything, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, or the people that is around you, they are going to be the ones that impact how it is that you move and whether or not you're going to be successful long term. Because let me tell you something. When it's all said and done, it ain't like they got the money to pay it back. It's going to come back to you. So they were under the impression that the stepfather was acting in the best interest of Zion, and the stepdaddy said, hey, listen, if you want to even be associated with us, you're going to have to send me 150 bands right away. Started with 150, ended up with 2 million. Started out with 150, ended up in 2 million. It's the company that you keep. It's the people that's closest to you. You keep being so naive thinking that y'all friends and y'all family is the one that got your best interest at heart. They're the ones that's going to be mooching off of you and putting you under duress. Let's continue.
He could even talk with them. So that's part of the claim. And additionally, his mother is being sued because the money that was wired, the $2 million, was wired to her bank account. And so
Zion never got the money. Mama got it. Daddy got 150, the other 2 million, and went to mama. Son husband. Daddy said, listen, to even be able to get in the room with my son, all of a sudden you his son, you got to send 150. What do y'all think that they bought with that 150? I think they went shopping. I think they went on a cruise. Royal Caribbean. Y'all think they did the Carnival, or y'all think they did Royal Caribbean, or they went all the way out and did Celebrity Cruise? Celebrity Cruises. Which one y'all think they went with? Y'all think they did a cruise? Think they was at Gucci, Louis, went and got an Escalade, 4 Giottos, some 4Gs? Daddy says send me 150, and then they got the other wire to the 2 M's into mama's account. This ain't got shit to do with Zion. But you know what's going to happen? Since he's the person that is the face of what's going on when you saying that you represented his best interest, now all 3 of y'all are on the front page of the news because they want their money, honey.
So, yes, this is a family
Tariq, I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
These cryptocurrency companies, these blockchain companies, they all popped up a few years ago during the pandemic. And they were looking for athletes and entertainers to be, spokesperson. And so obviously it didn't work out for him to be their spokesperson. But now they want a return on their investment, or at least get their original investment back.
Well, yeah, so isn't $2 million for a big-time NBA All-Star just kind of a drop in the bucket here?
I mean, obviously he's that is, and so obviously because when you first come into that type of money as an NBA player, doesn't mean you become financially sound. So I think that's the best place to start.
The $150,000 up front's also a red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
But
somebody in the chat said he can afford it. It's changed to him. What the fuck you mean you can afford it? It's changed to me. Dog, if you come to me and say that, hey man, I borrowed $1,000 and I need to go and get that shit back, I don't care how much money I got. Man, what you mean you borrowed $1,000 and you told them to send you $1,000 and they suing me for $10,000? Man, I don't owe you no $10,000. Man, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. What do you mean? It's just that's $2 million. Bro, I don't care how much money you make. That's $2 million, bro. What the fuck y'all talking about? It's $2 million. How you gonna count my money and then tell me what it is that's good to me? What's up to my girl DeWanda? It's 2 M's. What you talking about? You ain't gonna sit here and keep talking about what the fuck is going on with me. My girl Fan is in here. Shout out to Fan. Y'all know who Fan is? For those of you that don't understand, Fan is Miss Fantasy Island. That's Fantasy Island girl. Fan is Fantasy Island. I want y'all calling her Fan from now on. All right? It's my fucking money.
Remember, this is if you believe you have a rightful have earned that money, then maybe he's not saying that I can't pay it back, but should I pay it back?
Facts.
I think that part will come out in court, and we haven't really figured that portion out. But in the whole totality of everything, you think, hey, if you borrowed $2 million, you're making $140 million, just go ahead and give it back. But in his mind, he's like, well, we probably have already earned that, and I would assume that's the reason why it hasn't been paid back. Not for lack of having, but lack of have you guys fully required us to give it back, and I don't know if they have yet.
Yeah, and you know, in his short NBA career, Zion obviously has been hurt, but also he's had a lot of off the court.
I want everybody in the chat to say, what up to Fan. Every single person in the chat say, what up, Fan. I want every single person, all 2,000 of you motherfuckers that's in here right now, say, what up, Fan. Her name is Fan. I gave her that name. That's what her name is. I want everybody that's watching this show right now to stop it and say, what up to Fan.
In court, and he's no stranger to being sued. He's sued someone else in North Carolina.
He is not a stranger to being sued in or sued.
Yeah.
His name has been in a lot of different circles.
And it's one word. It's not two words. It's one word. It's Fan. It's one word, 2 syllables. It's not 2 words. It's Fan. Everybody in the chat said, what up to Fan?
For other potential lawsuits. His most recent lawsuit was in North Carolina, where he wanted to get out of his contract. He got representation while he was still at Duke, and he said that, listen, this contract is one that I should not have to stick to, and he had signed with a larger company out in California, Creative Arts. Once he did that, he wanted to get released from this contract. The judge said, yeah, you can get out of the contract for a number of reasons. That firm that he got with in North Carolina didn't follow the North Carolina rules. That was the main thing that the judge said. They had to give him notification that he could get out of the contract within 14 days. They didn't do that.
Woo!
And there are folks that worked in their agency
What up,
licensed
Quan?
in the NBA. So the judge said, because of those 2 reasons, we'll relieve you of their contract. On a side note, the person that he sued, the agent, countersued him. The judge dismissed that case as well. So, yes, he's had a number of interactions in a short amount of time with the court system on and off the court.
So here's the conclusion here, okay? Y'all need to take inventory of the people that y'all surround yourself with. Fan. Take inventory of the people that y'all surround yourself with. Okay? Fan. Take inventory of the people that you surround yourself with. Okay? Because the people that are around you, they can also be a part of your downfall even when you're not doing anything wrong. The people that are around you can also be a part of your downfall